Yo, what is going on, guys? It is AJ Bants here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new around here. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing and testing out FiFine's K658 RGB microphone. I just want to say a huge thank you to FiFine for sending me out this mic. They make a range of amazing microphones. In fact, the one I'm using right now to record this audio is the FiFine T669. So if you do like the sound of this as well, then you can go ahead and check that out. Before we get into the unboxing, just want to let you guys know, if you do end up liking this microphone, I'll have a link to it down in the description, along with a link to this one as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out of the box. And by the way, I just got to say that the packaging is really clean. And here we have the user guide, our shock mount. We have the USB wire you need to power it. It comes with a little stand. And this is a spare part for, I believe, the shock mount. Well, that's what it looks like, but we're going to find out when we look at the instruction manual. And then inside here, we have the actual mic. And Jesus, this thing is beefy. Like, it's thick. It's so much bigger than the mic I currently have. This feels like a proper, like, studio mic. I really like that. Got it branded on there. Here we have a touch button to mute and unmute. And then, of course, you have your volume control as well. Under here is where the USB plugs into. And then you also have an audio jack for real-time monitoring, actually. So you can listen back to your audio without any latency. So you can make sure that levels and everything check out. And then here you have your button, I guess, to change the RGB modes maybe. Or perhaps it is to dim the brightness. We'll find out about that as well in a second. So let's lay out everything here. Oh, almost missed the part. I'm not too sure what that does. I think it might attach to the bottom here. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay, so here we have all the parts laid out. We have our mic, our shock mount. This attaches to the bottom of the mic after it goes onto the shock mount to hold it on there. We have the USB connector. This is a boom arm adapter. And by the way, this mic does not come with a boom arm, unfortunately, but luckily the boom arm for the T669, the other FiFine mic, the one that I'm using right now, it takes the same boom arm as that, so I can just attach it to that one. It does have this temporary stand, but it's not recommended to use this long term. If you want to get better audio quality, I'd recommend getting a boom arm to fit this mic onto. So setup should be relatively easy, I believe, as it says here, this side up. So we're going to just take the sticker off. I believe the mic goes on top of it like that, and then this part here just screws onto the bottom to hold it in place. I've just screwed that part on, but I've put it on loosely so that I can move it around once I've got it set up on the boom arm and make sure it's in the right position. And that is pretty much the setup. The only thing we need to do is get this arm adapter mounted onto the boom arm and then fit this on. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've just taken off my other mic from the boom arm, and I'm actually using the temporary stand that they gave me for that mic whilst I record this audio. But what I just noticed when I took it off is that the boom arm that I'm using currently already has the same adapter on it. So we've just got this one as a spare, I guess. This boom arm, sorry, did actually come with the T669 mic that I ordered. So I guess they just pre-installed an adapter onto it. So now we should just be able to go ahead and mount this on there. Okay, and we have that mounted. So now that we've got it mounted up on there, I can put this in the right direction. And as you can see, it's kind of falling down in its own weight, but it's got this part here where you'll tighten that, and then that'll make it a lot more sturdy. Now you might be wondering why I've got the mic facing this direction. Well, the reason is because unlike the other mic that I'm using, the one I'm using right now, instead of this mic having the audio receiver here in the front of it, it's actually got it here on the end of it. So when you're using this mic, you want this section to be facing your mouth. But in terms of setup, it is pretty much done. All you got to do now is plug in the USB cable to get the mic powered and the RGBs turned on. All right, I've plugged it into the back of the computer. Now is the moment of truth. Let's see these RGB lights. Wow, look at that. So the touch button that I showed you guys earlier is located right underneath the mic here. And it's literally a very sensitive touch button, which is actually really good. So you just need to tap it, turns them on, tap it again, turns them on, tap it again, turns them on. It's also got a mute button up here, which I can show you guys. If you just tap that as well. It's also touchscreen. When it's green, it means the mic is on. If it's red, it means the mic is muted. And then of course you have your control for the volume there. I'm going to go ahead now and switch over to the audio on this mic so you guys can hear what that sounds like. And yeah, let's see how good it is. Okay, the audio you guys are listening to now is coming directly out of the FiFine K658 microphone. And I've got to say, I think USB microphones are honestly taking over the game. The audio coming out of this thing is honestly so nice. I've done some audio testing and listened back before I started recording this segment, and I got to say I'm really impressed with how it sounds. We'll get more to on the audio side of stuff in a second. Just want to talk a bit more about the design, and it's got a very distinct design compared to like every other mic that I've used and every other mic that I've seen. because of the RGB lights built into it. Don't know if it's just me. I don't know if other mics exist with RGB lights built into them, but this looks really, really nice. If you guys know about the channel, then you know I've got RGB lights everywhere, and this just adds another element to it. Other than the RGB light on the back of it, it's also got a really nice touch button where you can touch the mute. You simply just click it and the light will turn red, and then you click it again and the light will turn green, and that's how you know it's either muted or unmuted. Underneath it also has a control for the RGB lights. It is also a touch screen, so you just touch it, RGB lights turn off, touch it again and they turn back on. Super simple. You have to touch it really lightly because it's very sensitive. There's no need to like hit it or anything like that, which is good for when you're recording audio. You can just click stuff without any like making any rumble or anything like that in the mic. In terms of the way this mic is set up, if you guys have noticed, it is different to the way the other FiFine mic I had on was set up. Where that one was facing upwards, this one is facing directly towards me, and that is because the audio receiver in this one is built into this section here. So it's good to have the mic at a raised angle facing slightly downwards towards you, and then you're talking directly at it rather than talking to the sides of it. In terms of the overall build quality, I am very happy with it. Again, it feels quite sturdy. It's also a lot thicker than the other mic that I have. It's thicker than all the other mics that I have, but just for some comparison, my hands are fairly big, right? And I can barely fit them around this thing. I actually can't fit them around this thing. Whereas this is the FiFine T659 that I have, and I can hold this like no problem. So this mic is substantially bigger, but I don't know what it is. Something about that also makes it feel a bit more premium. I believe for the best audio quality, you have to stay about 5 to 6 inches away from it, which is I think where I am about now. I'm not too sure. But you can obviously tell that when I get close to the mic, obviously it gets a lot louder, and the audio also does get a bit more crisp. I also do have the audio on the actual microphone turned up all the way. Having built-in audio controls on microphones is incredibly helpful. I cannot stress that enough. I've had a lot of microphones that just do not have any audio controls on them whatsoever. And so it means when you want to mute it, you have to literally go into your settings on your computer and mute it, or you just have to unplug it, which is not very practical. So having a mic with audio controls on it, as I was saying, is very, very useful. Especially one that's got touchscreen controls, so I can just touch it to mute it and touch it to unmute it. I don't have to click any buttons. And before I get any comments, I know the way I've mounted it looks kind of weird. It's actually meant to be mounted kind of like the other way around. It's meant to be mounted like this, but I do like to have it mounted the other way. And for the sake of not having to do that transition again and change it around, I'll leave it like this for now. Another small thing that I think a lot of companies don't really think about is the way that the shock mount actually looks. And I know it's a small thing and most people won't really care about it, but especially because this has got the RGB feature built into it, I think the way they designed the shock mount really, really complements it. But you guys have listened to me speak for a while now, so I want you to let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the audio quality, and also let me know what you think about the design. Do you like the touch controls? Do you like the RGB feature, the shock mount, and just overall the way that the mic looks? Let me know. I really want to know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. And I just want to say another huge thank you to FiFine for sending me out this mic and continuing to be a great company to work with. I hope you guys did enjoy the video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications because I upload content just like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.